Vital is vital. You gotta take care of yourself.
Hello, do you want to live your best? You want to live your way into a healthy and beautiful body, free from all forms of diseases such as diabetes, high blood pressure, cancer, hemorrhoid, and so on? Are you limited to particular food intake due to your health status? Oh yeah, I bring to you good news, as you can eat what you want. Contact us today for any of these services. Holistic nutrition consulting based on individual health status such as diabetes, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, among others. Visit us in our office at 10039 Bisonet Street, Suite 228D, Houston, Texas, with zip code 77036. You can as well book an appointment with us on our website www.begandbomservices.com or call 34761 35485 34761 35485. At B&B, your health matters to us.
Health is wealth. Vital is vital. You gotta take care of yourself.
Welcome back to Healthy Living with Buffett Show, everyone. Are you all doing? Okay, today I want to talk about plants. Yes, I mean the herbs, the roots, vegetables, and fruits. We want to talk about it. I've been saying it on this show that let us go back to the root. Our healing is right there in the soil. So what are we waiting for? So let's talk about plant, and I'm so excited to talk about it today, and I'm sure you can't wait to get this information. Thank you so much for joining us. And when I'm talking about plants, I basically mean plant-based diet. That's what I'm talking about, and this is about nutrition, of course. I want to tell you we should live more on these plants, and the reason why we must all live on plants. So let's get started. When I say plants, I basically mean no or less meat. I mean no or less dairy products. I mean fruits. I mean vegetables. I mean whole grain. That's what I mean by plant-based diet. And I'm sure you get that part. Meat is not plants. Fish is not plants. Chicken is not plant. We're basically talking about diet without meat, fish, or chicken. Yes. I chose this topic because focusing and experiencing on whole foods from plant source can reduce many health problems such as body weight, also known as obesity, blood pressure, and risk of heart disease. And when I say heart disease, I mean heart attack, heart failure, cardiac arrest, and more. This diet can also reduce cancer and diabetes and all sorts of diseases. Plant can also make our environmental impact more sustainable. And there are simple ways to incorporate more plants into your diet, and there are also many benefits this can provide for both you and the planet. Number one is focusing on whole, minimally processed food. How do you do this? You want to emphasize on whole, little processed food. What does that mean? You want to do away with Burger King, you want to do away with McDonald's, you want to do away with Domino Pizza. You want to do away with this canned food, the food that need little or no cooking. You want to do away with them. Next is you want to limit or avoid animal products, such as meat, beef, fish, egg, or any animal dairy products. If you want to go on plant-based diet, you want to do this. Next is focusing on plant nutrients from vegetable, fruits, whole grains, legumes, seeds, and nuts. You want to focus on this. And the last thing is limiting refined foods like added sugar, white flour, and processed oil. I always tell people that if you want to get the best oil, You want to make sure you get almond oil, flaxseed oil, sesame oil, extra virgin oil, and more. I mix my oil. Yes, I do. Let me show you. This is my oil. I mixed about 6 to 7 oil here. Yes, I can show you one after the other. This is also mixed. This is mixed. This is 3 in 1. This is avocado, coconut, sunflower oil, 3 in 1. And I still mix it with that. And I have, see, this is grapeseed oil. Grapeseed oil. I mix this one too. I added my almond oil right here. As you can see, this is my almond oil. I added my flaxseed oil. This is my flaxseed oil. And this is sesame oil right here. All this oil gives you fatty acid omega-3, which is the best fat you want in your body. Your body needs the best fat your body needs. All this corn oil, all this oil you're eating, you don't know where they're from. They can't even give you the nutrition facts. But this oil that you eat, it's so sad. It's so sad that we don't know what we eat. We can't figure out because you don't know what you eat gives to your body. You don't know what you get from what you eat. You don't know the benefit of what you eat. That's why you can't even determine the ingredient used for what you eat. You can't determine it. It's because you don't know. If you know that this is supposed to be the ingredient of what I'm going to eat, because I know what it's going to do for my body, I know the benefits it gives to my body, you pay attention to all the ingredients used to make that food. So this is a caution against high amounts of red and processed meat, saturated fat, highly refined foods, and added sugar. It's just a caution against all these bad foods, all these unhealthy foods, such as processed meat, processed food, all these saturated fats, corn oil, all these refined food. Refined food are the food that have some processing done to them and often have nutrients and fiber removed. These are the food considered refined. Ingredients such as sugar, sweeteners, salt, and preservative are often added to this type of food. And this is what we eat these days. This is what we eat these days. We don't want to cook. Nobody wants to cook. We want to eat already made food, which is processed food that has no nutrients in it. That's what we want to eat. And this is what is killing our body. Why? Because there's no nutrients that can fight all these radicals in our body in the food we eat these days. And that is why we get sick all the time. That is why we battle with so many diseases, because all the cells in our body are not getting the nutrients they need to live. They're not getting it. And I said on this platform multiple times that we have two types of bacteria in our body. We have good and bad bacteria. These bacteria fight each other. It's about who wins. The one that gets tired, get beaten down. That is exactly the way the bacteria in our body act. The good ones and the bad bacteria, they fight each other. When the good bacteria in our body is not strengthened, the bad bacteria overpower that good bacteria and weaken that good bacteria in our body, because the good bacteria is not strengthened by the food we eat, because we are not giving that good bacteria good nutrients it needs to live. He needs to fight off the bacteria, the radicals, which is considered bad bacteria. And meanwhile, you are eating eba, you are eating fufu with nothing like vegetables, fruits, all these things. You don't have them because those fruits and vegetables, they carry antioxidants that can fight those bacteria, those radicals, but you're not eating them. So that is what this good bacteria is not getting from you. That is why good bacteria is weak in your system, because it's not being fed with antioxidants, with all these anti-inflammatory food, with all these antibacterial foods. That is why it's weak in your body. And once it's weak, the body for food, the inyo that you eat without effort and fruit, this go to bad bacteria, because that is what bad bacteria needs. Bad bacteria need bad food, bad diet to live. And once they get it, they get eba, they get inyo, they get fufu without fruit and vegetables. They've been strengthened to fight off the good bacteria. And once the good bacteria is destroyed in your body, then all these cells, such as cancer, we carry cancer cell, they start growing. Yes, they start growing. All this inflammation in your body starts coming up. Yes, that's what takes place in your body. And that is why you need to feed your body with good food, good diet, food diet that rich in nutrients, in antibacterial, in anti-inflammatory, in antioxidants. These are the food you need. And where do you get them? From fruit, from vegetables, from healthy fat, from healthy carbohydrates, from protein, from antioxidant, which you get from the fruits and vegetables. It's just simple as that. Number 2 ways of incorporating plants into your diet is by starting small. You want to start with adding what I call meatless Monday to your meal plan, and make sure you investigate one simple and delicious recipe to try each week. So this Monday, you want to get the meal that has less meat. Tuesday, you want to put meat. Wednesday, you want to reduce it or you don't eat it. Gradually like that. Third one is you want to change your plate proportions. What does that mean? Instead of giving up your meat-based protein completely, you want to try to reduce the space it takes on your plate. How do you do this? Instead of a quarter-pound steak or a full serving of roasted chicken, you want to try a vegetable-heavy stir fry with a few slices of beef or a salad with chicken. If you have, let's say, a 1 ounce of beef, that's what you normally eat. Now you want to reduce it to half. The space 1 ounce of beef will take in your plate will be more than what the half ounce of beef will take on your plate. That's the meaning of plate proportions. Yes. Once your palate and mindset have adjusted to smaller quantity of meat, you want to try replacing it occasionally with plant-based protein like tofu or beans. For vegetarians who eat no animals, beans should be your animal. Beans or tofu should be your animal or not. This is where you can get your protein from. Otherwise, you will have problem with your hemoglobin. Because any vegetarian eats no meat. They eat no animal. And people think that the only source of protein is from animal. No. You can get your protein from beef, from tofu, from nuts. Yes. Fortunately, with more people choosing a vegetarian lifestyle now, if you go to any restaurants, It's what you want, you get. I'm telling you. I'm not sure about Africa, but here in the US, it is your choice. They serve you. You ask for it, you get it. If you're a vegetarian, you get your dish based on plant-based diet. If you are a meat person, same thing. This number 4 is for the people that go to party all the time and you are a vegetarian. How do you do it if you are a vegetarian? Did you just go to party every time and sit down, you're not eating? Because basically they don't serve vegetable food a lot there. The party is not for vegetarian. You will see fish, you will see different kind of animals are served at the party. So there's no way you go there, you will not eat animals, except you don't eat at all. And how long are you going to stay at the party without eating? Or you just want to live on drinks? So what you need to do here is you want to share a dish. How do you do this? You want to bring dish to share at a party. This will lessen your worries about food options. You want to let your host, whoever invited you to the party, you want to let him or her know ahead of time that you are planning on bringing a dish. Or if that is not possible, you want to be upfront and find out if any modifications can be made to accommodate your preferences. Or you sit down in your house, you don't go to party. Except if you are not staying so long at that party, you can just go and leave. But if you're going to stay long in that party, you need to do this. You either share a dish with them or get there on time to find out if any modifications can be made so that they can accommodate your preferences. Lastly, you want to feel satisfied. Of course, a diet of nothing but lettuce and vegetables will leave you feeling hungry and unfulfilled. I got it. However, plant-based meat substitutes like veggie burgers can also be a satisfying choice when you are craving your favorite meat-based comfort food. Yes, there's something we call craving. When you crave for sugar, you can also crave for animals. If you are trying to transition to plant-based diet, you'll be craving for fish, you'll be craving for chicken, you'll be craving for beef. Yes. To avoid this, you want to choose veggie burger as your satisfying choice when you crave for any favorite food that has meat. Yes, any favorite meat-based comfort food. You want to make sure that you have your veggie burger to substitute with that. Now, there are so many reasons why you want to eat a plant-based diet. And this reason is simply because, number one, there are a few key nutrients that strict vegans and vegetarians should keep in mind. And this includes vitamin B12, iron, calcium, iodine, omega-3 fatty acid, and vitamin D. All of these can be obtained through plant-based foods, including fortified plant-based meals, fresh fruits, and vegetables, or supplemental vitamins if needed. And I think the only concern for people is that they want to be able to get enough protein eating a plant-based diet, which is not a big deal, as long as they are still getting protein from other sources such as beans, eggs, nuts, and more. I also think that people widely overestimate the amount of protein they need. Oh, I need a lot of protein, so I must eat a lot of beef. I must eat a lot of things. Oh, if I don't eat, if I don't eat meat, if I don't eat fish, I won't have enough protein. Says who? You overestimate it. You overestimate the amount of protein. Do you really know the amount of protein you must eat daily? If you know, you shouldn't be worried about getting meat instead of beef if you want to be a plant-based diet person. No, you shouldn't. Number two is you want to focus on plant-based diet because all plant food contain the 9 essential amino acids required to make up the protein you need. And many vegetarian food like soya beans, nuts, seeds, and non-dairy milk products have comparable amounts of protein to animal foods. If you eat a wide variety of foods and eat enough calories, protein should not be a concern. Yes, it shouldn't. If you eat food that is rich in protein, it doesn't necessarily mean that it must be animals. Not only animals give proteins. We have beef, we have tofu, we have nuts, all this. We have some fruits as well. Some food is rich in protein and lots out there. Yeah, there's a lot of them. You can get your protein from them. Number 3 is appropriately planned vegetarian diets, including total vegetarian or vegan diet, are healthful, nutritionally adequate, and may provide health benefits in the prevention and treatment of certain diseases. If you have an appropriate planned vegetarian diet, you will not only have healthful, nutritionally adequate food, but it will provide health benefits in the prevention and the treatment of certain diseases. Well-planned vegetarian diets are appropriate for individuals during all stages of life cycle, including lactation, infancy, childhood, adolescent, pregnancy, and for athletes. Diet that is not well planned will not give you what your body needs. If your plate is not well planned, if your plate does not contain the 5 nutrients, the portion of what each nutrient needs on your plate, if it is not well planned, your body is not getting enough nutrients. But if it is well planned, trust me, your body will get what it needs to fight off the bacteria. And that includes lactation, infancy, childhood, adolescent, pregnancy, and for athletes as well. And that will take me to how plants can heal your wound. I've seen so many people receiving these benefits. Many people have given testimony of plants healing their wounds. They eat plants and they conceive. Yes, I'm not going to, because of our time, I won't be able to talk about this. But I promise that next week, this is what I'm going to talk about. Yes, I need to talk about it. Because many people don't know what is going on right now. They have forgotten that life is no longer like the way it was a few years ago, 3-4 years ago. The whole world have changed to plants. We are now back to soil. We now believe that our healing lies right there in the soil. And some people are still ignorant of this, especially people that are looking for the fruit of the womb. So next week, I'll talk about it. I'll take you back to the root. I'll take you back to the soil where your healing lives, where your healing lies. And I hope you will get it this time around. I'm going to stop here to come back next week for more information on health and nutrition. Sleep well and wake up to your blessing tomorrow. Good night.